1,500 Akedas last year.
1,500?
I mean, I don't know how many people passed away from between soldiers and probably more, right, Rabbi?
Listen. Good morning. Today is the anniversary of, unfortunately, October 7. Let's learn Akedat Yitzchak. Look on page 100.
No, I just had a little cold out there. Leave it for now. It's 7:30 already.
Larry, are you okay?
Yeah, just thank you. Good year, Rabbi Prague. My granddaughter stopped by yesterday. Just as
No, I realize, Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem.
I know you spoke to Max yesterday, correct?
Yeah. It was really an amazing experience for him. Amazing, not regular.
Yes.
Multifascinating. So today is the anniversary of October 7. I think we should learn Akedat Yitzchak at page 100. ויהי אחר הדברים האלה, according to the נציב אחר הדברים האלה, after Abraham was already tested 9 times. If you have the English translation, you have all the nine challenges Abraham had before, yes? Sitting in jail, not having children, buying, okay. והאלוהים ניסה את אברהם, ויאמר אליו אברהם, ויאמר הנני, הנני means I'm ready. ויאמר, קח נא את בנך, קח נא את בנך, את יחידך, later you have page 100, Akedat Yitzchak, קח נא את בנך, your son, יחידך, the only one אשר אהבת that you love את יצחק, ולך לך אל ארץ המוריה, והעלהו שם לעולה על אחד הערים אשר אומר אליך. So Rashi, everyone, בנך, your son, the only one, אשר אהבת. Okay, so Rashi says, 2 children, the only one. The real Gedolim are learning that Abraham thought that Hashem is telling him to sacrifice both. Yitzchak and Ishmael. This is Kachna, both of them. Hashem says to him only one. He says, but each one of them is the only one. Ishmael is the only one of Hagar. Yitzchak, Yitzchak. ולך לך אל ארץ המוריה. Why did Hashem tell Abraham to sacrifice Yitzchak right there? You know, people know who Abraham is. People know who Abraham is standing for. People know that the man is believing in God. If he's doing it, it's like a public statement. Why? Well, what? We're losing it again. So the question is, why is Hashem?
It's a sketch. It's this room tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Today is October 7th.
Yeah.
We are learning Akedat Yitzchak. Because the Jewish people, many parents, many children sacrifice loved ones. This is part of our history. The question is, when Hashem is telling Abraham to sacrifice Yitzchak, he doesn't go far. Why didn't he tell him, do it in public, do it in Times Square? Let everyone see that your loyalty. One of the answers is, everything we do in public always, we have an incentive, everyone is, he's a hero, the guy's a hero. Look at him. It's very difficult to do something that no one will ever praise you and no one will ever know what really took place, yeah? See, one of the downsides what the social media does today, Shevish Mulenu, in Israel is, right away you're putting the family, it takes a lot of the privacy, you know? Rabbi Soloveitchik used to say that in public, no one ever saw his father hugging him and kissing him. So people used to say, you know, Litvak people from are cold-blooded. He says, on the contrary, it's the opposite. It says in Bet HaMikdash, "Ve'ivdila lachem ha'parochet ben hakodesh uben kodesh hakodeshim." There are certain emotions that you can never, ever express in public. Understand today, selling everything right away. From the moment of death, you have to interview the widow before he was buried. Let the family think, digest. It's part of the challenge. In order to do it right, you have to do it for the sake of what you are told. Not, okay. Vayashkem Avraham baboker. You notice that Hashem is not telling you when to do it. You can wait 6 months. What is the hurry? The next morning, did he tell you get to more money to do it? He never told you that.
I guess you don't want to lose the feeling.
He doesn't want to lose what?
The feeling, meaning if you wait, the Herigesh is not going to be there.
Yeah, this is one. The second explanation is Avraham is so eager to do it as me and you put tefillin in the morning, right? The morning of vacation, did you ever see? All the kids that tell me they have difficulties to get up in the morning, not that they're on vacation. Why? Abraham, this is part of the test. And you're pushing it because you don't want to do it. If you have a test, you postpone it. You study the night before, not the day you're told. Abraham Avinu is showing how it's fully accepting it, even though it's the biggest challenge in human history, yes? וישכם אברהם בבוקר, ויחבוש את חמורו. Abraham has hundreds of slaves. You have to prepare your donkey. Abraham is showing it, I am looking at it as something very private, yes. ויקח את שני נעריו איתו. כל איתו חזר לנערים אליעזר וישמעאל, ואת יצחק בנו. ויבקע עצי עולה, he is preparing the wood. ויקם, מה זה ויקם? You know, השם ישמרנו ויצילנו. If you ever went to a funeral, you walk difficulties. Avraham is going, he's standing. וילך אל המקום אשר אמר לו האלוהים. Now, let's read the pasuk. Abraham gets up in the morning. It's a sign.
Didn't tell him yet. In bed it says Asher Amar Elecha. So what did he tell him? He hadn't told him yet, no?
No, he didn't tell him yet, but the direction he knows, because Abraham assumes that if he did not get the directions, he has to go somewhere. In a minute. Abraham gets up in the morning. He himself is preparing the donkey. He's taking the two children, and Yitzchak, and he's chopping the wood. Shouldn't it say, ויחבוש את חמורו? Then he's chopping the wood. You realize he's not asking Eliezer or Ishmael chop the wood, he himself doing it, but it should say in the beginning, right in the beginning, yes? As he is preparing, when he is preparing the donkey, says the Netziv is the one that picks up on it, and the Netziv says, Abraham doesn't want Sarah to suspect. He's obviously telling her, I have a special mission. Where are you going in the morning? Yeah, special mission. If he's chopping the wood as he's leaving the house, and there's no lamb there, she might suspect. This is the way the Netziv looks at it. It's fascinating.
Now, let me ask you,
He
what
left already?
olah? Is there such a thing as an olah without a shprita? So,
The name Korban.
yeah, right, so you can't say that Hashem, he intended even from the beginning, Abraham could only understood this, that there's gonna be a shprita, that he's gonna sacrifice it. The fact that.
Right.
Okay.
But as you all know, Hashem didn't tell him slaughter him.
But he says, olah, you know, somebody I'm going back.
Yeah.
People say, okay, Hashem
You know,
didn't tell us
this
before.
is part of the challenge. You understand? Part of the challenge is, do you think in the back of your mind, I hope in the last minute, he's changing his mind? Abraham is going, I'll show you through the text.
I understand, but even from the beginning, Hashem tells him there's gonna be a
Right.
shprita.
No question that he understands that Allah, I would mean the same, you would mean the same. People are afraid to take it the way it is because we're so removed from this.
Is saying that he left and then he chopped the wood, or should
And the next block after his wife, goodbye.
that
He didn't say he left in the middle of the way. He didn't do it in the house. Let's put it this way. But you realize, why can't Abraham wait till he gets there? I mean, he doesn't know if it's going to last a week, a month, a day, 3 days. This by itself is a proof that Abraham is not leaving anything to a chance.
Yeah.
See, if it's something you really regret, okay, I have to bring in a korban. Let me wait till I get there. There's wood everywhere. See, like this is my vakat seolah. Yes, he's making sure that he's taking from home kosher wood that has worms and this. Abraham says, I'm not taking any chance. So the Netziv is of the opinion that even though he hinted, even though he told his wife he's going for something special, but he didn't tell her. I have a sefer in the house that says the exact, this is only a great man can say it. He says Abraham did not want to tell her, you know why? Not because he's afraid. She might encourage him. He knows his wife. She is if you ask the question in class, all the kids are saying, no, she would scream. He knows his wife, and if she is encouraging him, half of the challenge is gone. It is. Abraham understands part of the challenge is how would I come home? What do you mean? Where is he? So again,
Either way, he goes straight home.
part of every challenge is the day after. How would you look on people? How would you look on your family? Abraham knows if I tell it to her, she'll give me all the blessings, she'll give a blessing to Yitzchak.
Yeah, but that doesn't go well with afterwards Sarah dies, and they say the reason she died because she heard about the Akedas Yitzchak, right?
Good. So the answer to the question, of course, is it's a good question. He's asking. Look at the Rashi, the Rashi, the beginning of Chayei Sarah.
Sarah, it's the next parak, 23, right afterwards.
Well, let's read the Rashi. Rashi says, look at Rashi on page 106. Abraham comes to eulogize Sarah and to cry, V'nismecha mitat Sarah le'akedat Yitzchak. Why is it written right after the Akedah? Page 106. On the bottom. לפי שעל ידי בשורת העקדה שנזדמן בנה לשחיטה, when she found out that her son was designated to be slaughtered, וכמעט, see this is a difficult sentence, וכמעט שלא נשחט, פרחה נשמתה ממנה ומתה. So Larry learns, and most people learn like Larry, that she just heard about it, she died. Some say she was frightened that he's still alive. Did my husband back up the last minute? Did my son back up the last minute?
Oh, you can go the other way, okay.
There's a lot of pshat. To answer this question. Here, David has a lot of pshat. Say your pshat.
Sarah's whole mission in life was to raise a son that is gonna be willing to sacrifice his soul. I mean, mission is complete. I can go to Olam Haba now happy.
Yeah, okay, he says, because Sarah, so to say, mission accomplished. Now listen, the other, if you want to hear something that you really can take home, each one of us, this is this is life's challenges. You know, one of the great Hasidic masters sat in jail in Romania. You know, he realized he's there for a long time. He starts to praise so. Baruch she'amar v'haya olam. Baruch hu oseh bereshit. Baruch omer v'oseh. Baruch she'amar is really praising Hashem. מה זה ברוך גוזר? מה זה גוזר? גוזר is a decree. You're putting in Baruch she'amar when you write all the praises of Hashem. Listen what the rabbi said. I mean, it's written before, but he said it like this. It says, when Hashem challenges you, he gives you the strength to do it. Gozer, umekayem. The challenge of the Akedah cannot be comprehended by regular human being. Because Avraham was challenged, he had the courage and the strength to do it. She did not, she died immediately. Hear this? The pasuk is saying, Larry, you hear? She dies immediately because there's no, my son? Now, of course, as we learn on a regular level, she died because of the news. Says Rabbi Kamenetsky, look at the pasuk, והיו חיי שרה 100 שנה, ו20 שנה, ו7 שנים, שני חיי שרה. מה זה שני חיי שרה? Says Rabbi Kamenetsky, do you think she died a second before she was supposed to die? Had she not had the challenge of the Akedah not take place, she would have died in the same second anyway. But the Torah is teaching us that the Akedah was connected to her death, either the way David said or the way I said the first time, second time. So going back now to the Akedah.
This is all like against the mother's nature, and what you're saying is very.
This is what
What?
the Jews are not Arabs. See, Larry maybe sent him. Larry has a video. He sent it to me so many times. A young girl in Hebron was stabbed to death by terrorists many years ago. Listen carefully, don't listen good to what I'm saying. You see in the video how mother is eulogizing him and her body is right there. And she talks to Hashem in the eulogy, and I'll start to cry. She says to Hashem, I couldn't have children. I begged for her for so long. Thank you for giving it to me. I'm giving it back to you.
Picadone. She said it's a picadone. It's unbelievable.
The positive. I mean, I have chilled all over my body every time I think. This is Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim. Then she speaks to the mother of the murderer. Which type of religion do you have? To stab, to kill? This power of this mother in Akedat Yitzchak. And this power, there's no way. Joseph is 100% right. There's no way a human being can talk like this. There's no way, man. Say Hashem, can you imagine she couldn't have children? She is the first daughter she had, and here she is, the body is there. But the answer is the Akedah, the greatest of the Akedah. There are hundreds of men and women that were killed today and through the year, and who knows when it's going to stop, yes? This is part of the mission of the Jewish people, if you like it or not. The way we accept it depends on our background, it depends on she is not the one, but if you see it, this is why some of here, you see the funeral. The body, during Israel, the body is on a stretcher, not in a box. So you see the body of a daughter.
This is after the woman died, the girl died, but here it looks like when the Arabs send their kids to die, like she is saying, let's go. Let him go for a mitzvah. Let him go. I mean, which mother will do that?
So Joseph says, this is why the challenge of the Akedah is so big. As a matter of fact, if you really want to hear, one of the greatest, I mean, everyone is asking the same question. we all believe in God. No? We believe that our success, children, family. What happened, Joseph? Chas v'shalom, not chas v'shalom. If Hashem comes to one of us, but remember, I'm not hallucinating. I'm not dreaming clearly. Sorry to tell you, we have no choice. We believe that our kids belong to us as a gift from God. You have a choice. So what's the big challenge of Abraham? Yeah? I mean, this is a question where you're afraid to think about. Yes, but I'm asking a question. Do we believe we thank Hashem every day for our family, for our children, for our health? And Hashem comes and says, you know, how many Jewish real mothers in Israel, yes? Why would a Jewish soldier be stupid enough to volunteer to a combat unit? Do what all the Israelis are doing today. Go to high-tech, the Israeli high-tech, the army high-tech. You're safe. There is a reason why 40% of all the ones who were killed came from as the yeshivot. Why is that? Because those who volunteered in the 50s, 60s, 70s to the combat unit today are looking for money. And the army gives you a great wage while the service. Why? You have to be stupid. Don't you realize if you go to a combat unit, your chance to die? Here, Larry, we met people from Agos, yes? Agos is really a celebrity.
I just spoke to him. He called, I spoke to him.
We have a mission, we have a mission. But this inner strength is part of Akedat Yitzchak. It's a challenge. I mean, it's very easy. It's easy to talk about it after breakfast with a cup of coffee, but the reality is our history is full with this type of sacrifice.
Abraham on his level though makes it, he knows Yitzchak in Olam Haba, and he realizes that Yitzchak is fine. He's going to be a Olam Haba, tzaddik.
Larry?
Yeah, hi, good yontif. Shana Tova, how are you?
Shana Tova. How are you? I think
Everything's-
we're not on.
Yeah, I know, we froze. My internet's fixed, it's good, so they must be in the synagogue or, yep,
Yeah.
there it goes.
I'm sorry about that. Joseph mentioned before, many Muslim mothers, after their sons committed, suicide, you see them on TV.
Yeah.
They thank Allah for giving them. Are they talking as mothers or devout Muslim women? They talk as they oppressed, they love, they have for the son, for Allah. Hashem is telling Avraham Avinu, Kachna et bilcha et yechidcha. Every step is your son, the son that you love. If you count, I counted 5 or 6 times. But look, Be'et Yitzchak beno, don't we know that Yitzchak is his son? And at every step of the story, you'll see that the pasuk of Abraham for a second. It's supposed to forget that the son that I love. This is why I cannot Yitzchak. This is a strong message. ויקם וילך על המקום.
Larry? Again?
It's a little frustrating to say the least.
Yeah.
Are you home for Yom Kippur?
Yes.
Good.
I don't move until the Chagim are over, just so I could have all my kids with me.
Gotcha.
The screen every 2 minutes.
Goes on and on.
Back to
Okay, so if it happens tomorrow, we'll start to have a regular. Anyway, listen carefully now. וישא אברהם את עיניו וירא את המקום הרחוק. ויאמר אברהם אל נעריו, שבו לכם פה עם החמור. Why doesn't he take Ishmael and Eliezer with him? The Midrash says that he is asking all the three. Do you see anything there? He understands.
Because they didn't see anything. That's why.
They're here.
And not in the club.
But there is something very deep here. מה זה שבו לכם פה עם החמור? I mean, do you realize there is a donkey? Who cares?
He's comparing that.
The reason why you are not coming there is because your materialistic body is not refined enough to be there. Chamor is the symbol. No, Mashiach will come a chamor. People think will come a little donkey. Mashiach is in complete control of his desires. Moshe Rabbeinu, ויקח את אשתו ובניו וירכיבם על החמור. Moshiach is the man who he is controlling. Yes? So when Chazal tell us this donkey is the donkey of Avraham, Moshe, Moshiach, the donkey is not preserved in a cave somewhere. Donkey of 2,200 years. The same personality, yes. ואני והנער נלכה עד כה, ונשתווה, ולשובה עליכם.
Rabbi Prague?
Yes.
Just because we're learning with all our Kohanim, I'm looking at my screen and there's a Neilchad Ko, and I think they get a kick out of it. Yeah, the Torah Shalema says, it's not mine. It says, Amar Rav Yitzchak Shenemar v'ani v'anar Neilchad Ko, lefichach Amar Makom Ko tevarchu et b'nei Yisrael.
I happen to have heard from my father. It's like a fifth value. He says, why do you mention Eli in the bracha Ko tevarchu? With the zchut of Abraham also. ואני והנער נלכה עד כה ונשתחווה. This is the depth of the beautiful. באמת beautiful. The zchut of Abraham is part of the power that, okay.
But they want to know why they're using the word ko. So it's a beautiful.
Where did he use the ko? What was the sentence he used the ko?
Right here, Ike, in Pasuk Hey. Neilcha ad ko, Ike.
Yeah, thank you.
ויקח אברהם את עצי העולם. Listen carefully now. Up to now, Yitzchak is only וישם על יצחק בנו, here is my son, I'm putting it on him. ויקח בידו, Abraham himself is holding the fire and the knife, וילכו שניהם יחדיו. What is the pasuk saying? Yitzchak doesn't know anything yet. Avraham knows everything, and still they are walking together, which means Avraham is walking 100% for the mission, the same as my son that is coming, he doesn't know what the mission is. This is, now listen carefully now to the point that Joseph raised before, and we said before. Listen carefully, it's a very powerful pasuk. Joseph תשמע טוב, ויאמר יצחק אבי, my father, ויאמר, הנני בני, yes my son. ויאמר, יצחק is saying, הנה האש, here's the fire, והעצים, the wood, והיה עשה לעולה, very logical question. Now, if I have chas v'shalom to rewrite the pasuk, there is something here that is not clear. should say, ויאמר יצחק אל אברהם אבי. הנה האש והעצים. What is ויאמר אבי, my father? ויאמר הנני. What is the conversation? Says the Kliyakar Joseph. Yitzchak is asking his father, Daddy, are you still my father? Which means, are you now in a sense of religious feelings? Avi? Yes, I love you very much.
Just being a zealot, or you being
This is everything. Which means, are you like a trillion of the Lord, like a Muslim mother? Are you Avi? Yes, my son. Still good. אין פשט אחר בפסוק, כן להריד. What is going on? And he says, I love you very much, I feel for you very much. And then he's asking, so, what's the story? ויאמר אברהם, אלוהים יראה לו עשה לעולם. Hashem would provide us a lamb, and if not, it's you. See, read it like this. Elohim יראה לו, עשה לעולם. Perhaps Hashem would provide, but if not, it's you. Now listen again now. Vayilchu shenehem yachdav. Now the pasuk, of course they are going together. Now that Yitzchak knows, Yitzchak is fully accepting it as his father. Vayilchu shenehem yachdav. Now Eli raised before one of the famous questions. David, who had the bigger challenge, Avraham or Yitzchak? Now Yitzchak knows. Remember, Yitzchak is there. 5
We've
minutes.
never settled this, Rabbi. We've
What?
never settled this. We never settled who had the bigger challenge. It's always
Depends which
different.
commentator, depends
Yeah.
Rabbi is saying it on which occasion.
They say, Rabbi, they say Abraham because he has to live with it after.
Okay, so
And they say Yitzchak because he's seeing somebody tell him to be slaughtered, and he's going according to something that he didn't speak to Hashem. Yitzchak never spoke to Hashem.
the Khatam Sofer, what Giorgio says is, Giorgio says, Abraham, Rabbi Wasserman, many say, Abraham,
Yitzchak.
why? Listen carefully. It's not as difficult to die if you know in a minute it's over. Abraham Avinu now for the rest of his life, everyone would say you are crazy. Everything you did is crazy. His wife theoretically might. Right, this
Rabbi, Hashem's talking to him. This is not somebody he got in a dream. This is Hashem talking to him.
No one is arguing. I'll explain what Ike says the Khatam Sofer. Says Avraham, remember, Avraham did not have a doubt that God is talking to him, otherwise he would never do it. Yitzchak is going because his father told him, maybe my father is sinner.
Yeah, every one of us would have said, my father's losing it.
But of course,
Everyone.
you would say my father is going crazy. Says the Gemara in Sanhedrin, why did Yitzchak listen to his father? If someone tells you to kill someone, you definitely don't listen to your father. Because Abraham, right, he believed that my father is an Afi Emet, as I saw my father till today. Yes? So to listen to your father telling you is a much greater challenge than Khatam Sofer.
Like he said.
But it's both are Emet.
Yeah.
Yes, and you might
Okay, we'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll finish
Thank you, Rabbi. Have a great day, Rabbi.
all the Kedoshim that were killed.
I think I mentioned to be, I don't like it. I learned once that somebody said that Abraham, that they were used to sacrifice their son. As part of the challenge for Abraham was,
Of course.
now we're doing like Eve.
Of course, that the
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
exactly. No. Many commentators really said, of course.
You're right, Nathan, you got me laugh at that.
So maybe it was an accepted fact that the father killed his son.
No, this is part of his challenge now. Everyone would say so. Abraham is the same as everyone. This is part of the challenge.